It was a wicked night of weather in Texas as tornadoes ripped across that state. At least one tornado touched down last night near Dallas Love Field. The severe storm system brought hail, lightning, high-speed winds all throughout that area. A tornado was spotted right around 9 o'clock local time near the Dallas airport. The National Weather Service will assess storm damage later today and confirm just how many may have touched down last night. Heavy damage reported in Preston Hollow area, including the home of the Dallas Stars' Tyler Seguin. He is the second system now is expected to move through that region later, but lots and lots of damage. My brother actually lives in that area. He's okay, thankfully, but crazy weather system that you say it may affect us later on tonight and tomorrow.
The same storm that affected Dallas, Texas is the one that's affecting us. We have lakeshore flood warnings in effect. Wild weather. You know who lives down the street from Tyler Seguin, by the way, is former U.S. President George W. Bush.
Oh.
He has a home there. So it's that part of Dallas affected by it. Just a wild storm. And kudos to the meteorologists there. The nocturnal tornadoes are just terrifying. In the middle of the night.
You can't see the funnel cloud.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And this struck in a heavily populated portion of the country, and fortunately no deaths were reported from that storm.
How rare is that for this time of year in Texas?
It's a little unusual. It's typically a spring summer thing, but yeah, just a really testament to the meteorologists down there that there was no loss of life from those storms. Are we talking weather right now? Should we talk weather? Okay, I'll show you guys what it looks like outside right now in Grand Rapids, 53 degrees. There's the view downtown. And around the region in the 50s, relatively mild start to the day, 54 in Fremont. The rain as far north as Gary and Indianapolis, stretching back all the way into East Texas. Look how large this storm is. Just an incredible system. Rain, wind, that combination of high surf and high lake levels. And yeah, more lakeshore flooding, beach erosion. This is going to run until Wednesday morning, guys. So a lot of the same communities that have been dealing with the flooding for months now. It's going to get nasty the next couple of days. So rain likely today, breezy. Overnight showers linger. Tomorrow, much cooler with lake effect rain and highs around 50. We'll take a closer look at the wind forecast from this storm and the 10-day in a couple minutes.
I learned something about my house that I just moved into. So, you know, with all the rain and everything, it floods.
Oh, fun.
So,
Oh, no.
yeah, so I can imagine just like people coming, you know, waking up in the middle of the night and they're like, oh my gosh, and go downstairs and just a
Yeah,
water.
it's a common problem in West Michigan.
It's not fun, not fun.
All right, well, today Canada votes in a general election later today, and the campaign rhetoric to this date has been pretty toxic, and quoting now, a desert from a public policy point of view. That's according to a veteran Canadian pollster. The two top contenders are Liberal leader and incumbent Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Conservative leader Andrew Scheer. Now, through it all, they've been tangled in a virtual tie for the popular vote. Neither really has a clear path to governing on Canada's parliamentary system. Polls and Google search rates indicate healthcare is the top election issue for many Canadians, although the climate crisis, not far behind that, taxes, education, and the legalization of marijuana are other issues that Canadians are wanting to hear more about. The Conservative Party is perceived to have a more aggressive stand on cutting taxes, while many voters believe Scheer will do less than other leaders on the climate. But there is some reason that Canadians are calling this the Seinfeld election, or election about nothing, because there really isn't one single issue that apparently has engaged Canadians, and the pollsters believe that can swing the vote significantly towards one party or leader.
Wow.
So that's
Crazy.
That's their election day today. And we are just about a month away from Grand Rapids' November election, and today is the last day to register to vote by mail on November 5th. Grand Rapids residents will vote on several city ballot items, including city mayor, city commissioners, and library board members. The ballot also includes a parks, pools, and playgrounds proposal. Again, today, last day to register to vote by mail. After today, you will have to register at the clerk's office, and you can do that until November 5th.
I'm so thankful we passed that bill in Michigan allowing for absentee ballots. I already voted, you guys. It's great.
Good for
You get the
you.
ballot in the mail, and it's no brainer. It's super easy.
Very
See, I like going and actually going to the
Yeah,
voting
like the
booth, and
atmosphere.
it just feels like you're really more participating
Yeah.
in the process than
You
if
get
you're
your
doing
sticker.
it at home.
You get your
Yeah,
sticker.
That's the only
Sticker.
downside. That's the only
Yeah.
downside. Yeah.
Did you give yourself a sticker?
I don't get a sticker, and so
Did you post it on Facebook?
Taking a selfie of me putting my absentee ballot in the mail,
You're like,
not
you
as
should have
powerful.
there.
the same.
It's not the
Come
same.
on.
No.
All right.
Oh well.
Hey, we got some good news here. Gilda's Laughfest, still a couple of months away, but this morning we now know who is going to be headlining. Grammy-nominated comedian Jim Gaffigan. Am I saying his last name?
Gaffigan.
Gaffigan. He is bringing The Pale Tourist to the Van Andel Arena on March 5th. He's kicking off the start of Laughfest. He is the first headliner to be announced for the 2020 festival. The rest of the lineup will be announced on November 19th. Laughfest will run March 5th through March 15th, and of course, all the proceeds support the free cancer and grief support programs offered through Gilda's Club of Grand Rapids.
This is going to
that's
be
great.
the best show of the entire event. Jim Gaffigan, a lot of people who are Jim Gaffigan fans know this. His wife actually just went through brain surgery for
Oh my
brain
gosh.
cancer. She
Okay.
evidently is doing pretty well, but I think this is his way of trying to give back a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I've seen every Jim Gaffigan special.
Funny guy.
They're hysterical.
I was
They're
sort of
great,
lukewarm
and-
on
yeah.
Gaffigan, and
Oh,
then
he's real
and then
good.
I had kids. And
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh
Right.
my goodness, he's really funny.
Yeah, this is a guy, I think he's got 5, 6, maybe 7 kids now, and they all live in like a 2-bedroom apartment in New York. It's crazy.
Well, that sounds like a sitcom right there.
Yeah,
it
oh
sure
my
does.
gosh.
Do you know what else could be a sitcom? Our Dave's Socks Again. Because
Okay.
if we
Oh
can
my
get a
I
shot-
was hoping you were going to ignore.
No, we can't. Something like that you just can't ignore.
Yes. All right, I wore these on Friday.
You
They
wore
go up to
those
your
on Friday,
kneecap.
Today's Monday.
and we gave a shout out to, but it bears repeating. And you did off camera say that they have been washed and dried.
Yes,
and
it was
cleaned.
just
believe it.
it was in
just
the
part of
wash
the-
cycle.
Allegedly.
I didn't know I was going to be doing. Yes, I didn't know I was going to be doing this today.
I think
so.
I smell some.
Well, no, they're fun.
No, they're
Even if
very
I didn't
nice.
wash them, I
That's
would have
what
at
I
least
do.
Febrezed them, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
That can
But-
work too.
Yeah,
Very
Febreze.
strict. But they're very stylish. And I
Thank
just
you.
want- I want
Thank
to
you.
give them.
Again, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I was kind of hoping you'd ignore it this time.
No, something like that can't be
all right.
ignored.
Fashion icon.
All right. Hey, Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, will take a break from their royal duties towards the end of the year, dividing their time between the U.S. and the U.K. This is according to CNN. Confirmation of a break comes hours before an ITV documentary filmed during the couple's recent South Africa tour was broadcast in the UK. In footage released before its broadcast, Harry described the idea of relocating to Africa as amazing, but admitted it was highly unlikely. A royal source tells CNN there were no firm plans yet, and so they could not confirm the length of time that the couple would be taken away from the public eye, but the pair will take some what they're calling family time off towards the end of the year from around mid-November once they have completed their current run of engagements and commitments. And it's likely, like I said, they'll divide their time between here and the U.S.
Yeah.
Or here in the UK, I should say.
And over the weekend, I was just browsing through the media, and in that documentary, Meghan actually says that not many people have asked if she's okay, and it's a real thing to be going through behind the scenes. And she's revealed in an interview with ITV, which is a British media outlet that's doing this documentary, the reporter kind of looked at her and he was like, you know, can I say that considering your response that you're not okay? And she's like, yeah, like
Wow.
I'm not. So
Wow.
it's extremely intense.
Uh-huh.
And I feel it's going to be a very vulnerable thing for her to do, because I feel like she's really been behind the scenes while people have been just, you know,
Well, apparently
taking
the
jabs
British
at her.
media have just really.
It's just been vicious.
Well, that's the way it
Slander,
always. I mean,
you know.
if
I mean,
you're in the royal
Princess-
family over
yeah.
there, it's nonstop. It's 24/7. It's like Trump coverage over here. The royal family
Yep.
over here. It's
Yeah.
you can't get away from it.
But I definitely feel like ever since Harry has come out and talked about how he's felt, how Meghan's been treated, I haven't really heard anything negative in the media about her. It's just been a lot of,
yeah.
remorse, and
Well,
just
and it's difficult too because we don't have access perhaps to all of the same
That's true.
tabloids
Right.
and
Yeah.
the coverage that she's getting there.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
tabloid I saw here was something to do with Harry getting hair plugs or something. Seriously, like because he's got.
What?
I mean, like Williams is completely
He's
gone.
just-
Right.
Harry's is really starting to go, and you
Yeah.
can really notice it. It's hard
Aw.
to do the comb over with red hair, so That
You're
could
telling
be
me.
problematic. I'm just telling you.
Kirk,
Why are you looking at me?
You're fine, Kirk. You're fine.
you
It's
used
a
to have
part.
some luscious hair.
Okay, a new study says that naps are not a lazy indulgence. In moderation, they may actually be good for your heart.
Thank you.
In a new paper published in the journal called Heart, researchers found that Swiss adults who took 1 or 2 daytime naps per week had a lower risk of heart problems, including heart disease and strokes, than non-nappers. Since inadequate sleep is a known risk factor for a host of health problems, including cardiovascular issues, naps' ability to replace lost nighttime sleep could make them a healthy habit. Almost 3,500 Swiss adults ages 35 to 75 did this study, and they provided the researchers with a whole bunch of information about their sleeping habits. So yeah, go ahead and nap because it could be heart healthy if you do so.
This is encouraging news, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
we enjoy napping. However, you know what's canceling this out? The fact that we wake up in the middle of the night for our
Right.
jobs.
It's a complete
You have
wash.
a crazy sleep pattern.
But did they say like what's the? Have they come down on a time as how long you
I don't
should
th-
nap?
I don't
'Cause I
think in
prefer
this-
2 hours.
I
sometimes.
can nap for 2
Yeah, I
hours
heard 2
easy.
hours was too long.
According to Valerie Lego, that joy kill, she says like a 20 to 30 minute nap is
See,
ideal,
I
which is
mean,
ridiculous.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
But I think it's enough to just give you a pep in your step, and you're not hurting yourself, so you can actually fall asleep at the correct time.
2 hours seems like it would really disrupt your sleep pattern later.
No, not
Yeah.
when you go with the Mountain Dew kickstart right after. Boom. Then you're
Yeah.
Not when
wired
you're
like I am
him
now.
with those socks and some Mountain Dew, you're
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Wow.
Good to go. So I'm making it through my 40s.
Oh my. All right, Francis Ford Coppola jumped into a controversy over this. Have you heard about this? The Marvel superhero movies over the weekend. Not just backing fellow director Martin Scorsese's critique of the films, but denouncing them altogether as despicable.
Wow.
Earlier this month, Scorsese, he's the director of such classics as Taxi Driver and Goodfellas, described the Marvel Universe films as more theme park than cinema, even if they were well made. His remarks made waves all across social media for days as fans of his work and the Marvel hits, like The Avengers, argued the merits. But Coppola, speaking to journalists in France, where he had just been awarded the Prix Lumière for his contribution to cinema, backed his fellow Italian-American Scorsese, quoting now, "When Martin Scorsese says that the Marvel pictures are not cinema, he's right, because we expect to learn something from cinema. We expect to gain something, some enlightenment, some knowledge, some inspiration," end quote. Snap, he's not a fan.
I can kind of. Okay, hey, listen.
Thoughts?
So
They're diversions.
no,
That's what movies are.
No, well, I am a Marvel fan, and I kind of agree with this one. Like, I mean, they're really just jam-packed with action, and there's the storylines. I mean, you know what's gonna happen. You know
They're
that someone's
predictable.
gonna survive.
Right.
You know, like you go into it looking for, ooh, what's gonna be the coolest CGI, or what's the
Yeah.
craziest
It's
action
escapism.
scene.
That's what it
You
is.
know,
I
it's not like I'm gonna go in there and be like, I don't know, what's a good
But their
one?
argument is that cinema should enlighten you and educate
Well,
you.
there are
and-
movies that do that, but not all movies have to do that. I think
Yeah.
Marvel is good for what it does. I'm not a big Marvel fan, but I appreciate the fact that there are fans of it that like that. And some movies, you just want to escape and forget everything and just turn your brain off and enjoy it. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
The
It's a
debate
harsh
continues.
critic, though. That's
The
a
debate
lot.
continues. Hey, so in Bruce Springsteen's hit song Glory Days, the boss sings of happier times in his youth and laments that time slips away and leaves you with nothing but boring stories of glory days. Well, now, a new survey out of the United Kingdom seems to confirm that song, revealing that life is least fun when you hit age 45.
What?
And that most people feel it is harder to enjoy life as much as we did in our childhood. This is so depressing. It was commissioned.
Are you kidding me?
It was commissioned by a theater chain. Now, why they did it, who knows? But they surveyed 2,000 Brits, and they found that more than half of the adults agree that the older you get, the more difficult it becomes to find amusement in everyday life. And sadly, just 4 in 10 respondents can say they actively seek out enjoyable experiences in their day-to-day life.
Wow.
The same number even agreed that the concept of fun ended when they entered adulthood. Even worse, a depressing 10% of these people say they don't partake in any fun during a typical week As for the reasons why, they say they don't have any money, they don't have the energy, or somehow they just don't even know how to have
I
fun.
don't get
This
this
is ridiculous.
at all.
That's so
This is
sad.
ridiculous. And plus, that whole song, Glory Days, is a ridiculous song anyways. Anyone who's played baseball even a minute in their lives knows that there's nothing called speedball.
Thank
and
you.
if there is something called speedball, it has nothing to do with
Right,
baseball.
it's not baseball.
No, not baseball at all.
You know what's gonna make you more mad?
What?
That I won't feel this way in let's see, 20 years.
Oh yeah. Thank you,
Here we
Sasha,
go.
for making us all feel
Sorry.
old. But no,
I had
I
to say
mean, I've had more fun the older I've gotten because everything is getting better. We live in the greatest time in the history of human civilization to be alive. It's fantastic, and the fact that so many people don't appreciate that drives me insane.
Well, it was a small number of people, and
Yeah.
maybe the British
Too many.
are just a little
They're
more
just a little-
depressed.
little
Come on,
bit
Brits,
sad.
get it
It's so
together. I know you lost the Revolutionary War, but still, let it go.
Ooh, shots fired.
Let
Hey,
it go.
well, this should cheer us up because the San Francisco 49ers, they're on fire right now, but it's their smallest teammate who is stealing
This
the
was
spotlight.
cool.
Zoe, a French bulldog tasked with providing emotional support, is spreading joy among the team with her infectious smile and fun-loving personality. It's a welcome change of pace for a squad that's more accustomed to dishing out jarring tackles than super sweet snuggles. When Zoe was adopted in October of 2018, she officially became the NFL's first specifically designated emotional support animal. The one-year-old puppy helps raise players' spirits and relieve stress by providing them with a cheerful break and unconditional love.
I like it. I'm not even a dog
sweet.
person, and I like this story. I think
Very
it's
sweet.
adorable.
Zoe, we love it.
Adorable.
Cute.